In this episode of Follow Me to the Foods, we're heading to Ray's Bakery in Port Arthur, Texas. This is a bakery that serves banh mi, and they're also open early in the morning.
Oh, my name is Marianne Nguyen. I'm owner this bakery. I make this for my children so they can try the first business. Mostly the homemade look like a tea, the boba tea. I make the bánh bao, and then mostly we make homemade chicken wing and shrimp roll. In the shrimp roll, we have this is a very tradition. The shrimp roll look like the Mongolian recipe. Like mostly they don't have this triangle. Somebody tried it, but they don't taste right. They have the big jumbo shrimp rolls, and we have onion with the rice wrapping around. That's what they call Papa shrimp roll. And we have Vietnamese egg rolls. And now we have look like this one, the spring rolls, the homemade fresh food every morning. And then this is steamed rice. Mostly this is for homemade. We make fresh every morning. Hopefully you can come in with the fresh food and fresh recipe, fresh everything fresh. They make very healthy. You come in, try us, and let us know how we made.
So for some reason my audio was messed up and there was no audio, so I had to do all this over at the house. Alrighty guys, the audio got messed up, so we're gonna do this whole review one more time. I did get 3 sandwiches from Ray's, R-A-I's. That is apparently her son-in-law's name or son's name, one of the names. And I love the story. She built this restaurant for her family so that they could have a business of their own. She seems to be like a very successful lady. And I decided to get 3 sandwiches. So these are the 3 sandwiches I got. I got me a meatball sandwich, I got the combination one, and I also got this pork one, which I thought was barbecue pork, but it's actually just like sliced pork. And I also got their spring roll. So this is the shrimp spring roll. Let's try this out. So if you guys see this, this is the sauce right here. It's like a sweet and sour kind of sauce. Dip that in there. Let's give this a taste. There you go. Nice crisp from the spring roll shell. You got the onion in there, a little bit of sweetness along with the shrimp. Add sweetness too. Pairs perfectly with this sauce, the sweet and sour sauce. I would call it like a chili sauce probably. Very tasty. I give that like a 8.4. So that's something you should try if you ever go to Ray's. One second, I'm gonna get a knife. So I also did get their Vietnamese coffee. This is made from French roasted coffee. The chicory one from Louisiana, Café du Monde coffee. So the first one we're gonna taste is the combination one. That's one of my OG ones. That's like the original Vietnamese sandwich, I would say. So let's see if we get a cross section of this right here. So this is the sandwich right here. You can see it has the carrots, it has cucumber, jalapeno, cilantro, and then the 3 different meats. The meats are like a head cheese, and then I'm not sure what the other ones are. And you know what also goes well with this is they put a little bit of it in there, but lucky for y'all, I do have some more Maggi, so I'm gonna get some Maggi. So right here is the Maggi seasoning, Maggi, whatever you call it. It's basically a flavoring thing. So we're gonna put this on the sandwich. I like mine with a little bit more. I know they put a little bit on there, but I like mine with a little bit more flavoring than what they put. So put that on there. Put a little bit more. Put a little bit more. All right, there you go. And then let's give this a bite. This is the combination one. She's saying that everything in there, or a lot of things inside there, is made at the bakery. So the French bread is made at the bakery. The pickles are made in the bakery. So these are like pickled carrots on here. It's just not regular carrots. And this is a good start to a great meal right here. My favorite part is the pickled carrots. That's my favorite. So yeah, I give this sandwich like an 8.8. Good sandwich, crunchy. If you guys ever eat a banh mi sandwiches, The outside of it is really crispy, but then the inside of it, like the bread is super soft. So that's good. Let's try this pork sandwich one. I'll cut this one in half for y'all. So again, this is the pork sandwich. So I thought that I was gonna get the barbecue one, but this is just the regular pork. I have a smaller bottle of Maggi. Let's go put some on this on there. Yeah, that old one was probably a little bit too old. The big one, you have these bottles, like these big ones, for many, many years, and this one was looking a little bit sus. So I got this one, this is a little smaller one, looks a lot more fresher. So let's give that a taste. Although, it still tasted good. There you go. This one is not as meaty as the combination one, but you can taste the more like 5 spice inside of here. Out of the two, I'd probably get the combination one. That's more my favorite style. This is like a 7.5, so definitely under the combination. This is good too. It has a little bit of smokiness, but I do wish that I got the Tit Nung one, which is like the barbecued pork. So that's good. And then finally, is actually one of my more favorite sandwiches that I get from Banh Mi. This is the meatball sandwich. So Vietnamese meatballs, a lot different than a meatball from like say Italian. So this is the cross section right here. Right there, you gotta love a good cross section of banh mi. And this is the meatball right here. So it's more like, I would say it's a little bit more handled. So the chunks are more compact than like a meatball. Peppery, porky, and good. So let's put a little bit of Maggi on here too. Again, I love Maggi. Definitely get you a bottle of this if you're gonna eat banh mi. Maggi seasoning, not sponsored, not sponsored. Nobody sponsors this channel, but if you guys do want to sponsor, let me know. Let's take a bite of this one. That one is good too. Another like 8.4, 8.5. Combination, meatball, and finally this pork one. That's my rating of like best to least, but they're all good sandwiches. When I give a rating, usually like 10 is gonna be the best food I've ever had in my whole life. So I'm not gonna give a whole bunch of 10s out there. I know a lot of restaurants like to have 10s, but 10 is like I would travel on a plane, go there, eat there just for that food. And then like anything above a 6 to 9 is gonna be good food. And then of course like 5 and below is gonna be food that I wouldn't recommend you guys go to. So this is all great sandwiches. And again, I love the story. This is definitely one thing you should get. The shrimp rolls, I enjoy that. The combination is my favorite, but I love me a good banh mi sandwiches. These are all good banh mi sandwiches. Go check them out in Port Arthur whenever you're over there. I know that they would appreciate it. And they're open early. I think they're open at like 7 a.m. So go check them out in Port Arthur. Great family, great customer service. And if you guys want to follow me to the food, make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.